Glamorgan lost for just the second time in this season's NatWest T20 Blast as they went down by 17 runs to Surrey at the Swalex Stadium in Cardiff. Jim Allenby won the toss and decided to have a bowl first, and with an opening partnership of Hashim Amla and the ludicrously informed Jason Roy, the visitors got their innings off to a fine start with a number of early boundaries, seeing the visitors take 45 runs off the first 5 overs, knowing that a certain Kevin Peterson was waiting in the wings. He was in the 6th over after Roy belted a ball from Michael Hogan back to the bowler, who did very well to hold on. One of this competition's leading run scorers was out for 15. Peterson lasted only 5 balls, from which he made only a single. He nicked a quicker delivery from Dean Koska behind to start the home side celebrations. By the halfway point of the innings, Surrey had made a score of 74 for 2, with Amla looking to bat for a while at the other end, Gary Wilson went after the bowling. He struck Koska and Andrew Salter for 4s to make a run of ball 18. The game was evenly balanced a quarter of the way through the evening. Wilson was out in the 12th over, Koska switching ends to have the Irishman held in the deep by Salter with a score on 85 for 3. Surrey do have some very powerful hitters in their lineup, including another Irishman in the form of Kevin O'Brien. He hit the first 6 of the night as Koska ended with figures of 2 for 25 from his 4 overs. Amla, meanwhile, made it to a 50 off 42 balls and then tried to push the scoring rate up a bit by cutting Graham Wagg to the fence. Wagg responded next ball by having the new South African Test captain well caught at short fine leg by fellow South African Jacques Rudolph. Amla departed for 55, leaving the score on 111 for 4 with 5 overs remaining. 30 more were added in the next 2.5 overs before Azhar Mahmood was bowled by Darren Sammy for a dozen. Not only was it a good slower ball, but it was also delivered from a long way behind the popping crease. The crucial innings for Surrey was supplied by the big-hitting O'Brien. He struck Hogan for 6 in the last over after he'd finished off the penultimate one by taking Wagg for successive boundaries. O'Brien ended unbeaten on 40 made from 22 balls as Surrey went to the break with a total of 165 for 5 from their 20 overs. Glamorgan would have fancied chasing that down, but Rudolph was out to the second ball of the reply for a duck. Wilson with the catch at the second attempt off Jade Dernbach. Still, in spite of that, the home side began fairly well. Allenby yet again looked in good touch as he tried to unsettle Dernbach. His opening 2 overs went for 17 runs to take the total to 25 off 3 in spite of that early loss. Making the most of the power play overs was going to be important. Mark Wallace was certainly doing that as he played a stunning shot of Azhar Mahmood, which carried the distance. The score was taken onto 33 at the end of 4 overs. Losing wickets, of course, in the power play was to be avoided, but on 14 in the 5th over, Wallace edged a drive off Tom Curran, giving Azhar the chance of a catch at third man. Glamorgan ended the power play with a score of 44 for 2, and Allenby then tucked into Gareth Batty, whose first ball of the night was swung over the leg side for a 6. A similar shot followed in the next over off Curran, which took the home side to 80 for 2 at the halfway stage. 86 more required of the final 10. The Welshmen then were favourites to win for the 4th time from 7 games, but they then started to lose crucial wickets, including the one of Allenby, who on a 52 made from 42 balls was stumped off Batty. It was the big moment of the night. 2 overs now passed by without a boundary, and when Chris Cook holed out off Curran on 8, 61 runs were left to get off the last 35 balls. Curran ended with 3 for 23 from his 4 overs as he also bowled Ben Wright around his legs, leaving 55 wanted off the last 5 overs. The scene was set up nicely for Sammy, but on this occasion he was out for a duck as Robin Peterson trapped him bang in front. Wickets were costing Glamorgan dear. The momentum had been well and truly lost by the time that Wagg was bowled by Azhar, leaving 33 to get off the last 2 overs. Sadly, it was never close. Dernbach returned to have Stuart Walters caught by Kevin Peterson, and a target of 28 off the last over proved way beyond Salter and Koska. In the end, Glamorgan finished on 148 for 8. So that gave Surrey a victory by 17 runs, a result which saw them leapfrog Glamorgan in the South Group table. The Welshmen are now in 4th place with 8 points from 7 matches. Next up, it's 2nd place Hampshire back in Cardiff on Wednesday evening.